It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy. Coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, go, go. Dig, dig, dig. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
It's a race that we always look forward to. It's you know, like you said, we've had a lot of success here, and it's just fun. I mean, it's like taking Sonoma and just multiplying the speed times 3. This is just a lot faster track. Still has the same elevation changes, but you're just running a lot quicker mile an hour here. But it's you know, both Sonoma and here are 2 places on the schedule that we really enjoy coming to and look forward to. So I'm excited to be here today. I think just, you know, to come out with a team that's new and be leading the points halfway through the year is a huge accomplishment right now for us.
In general, I guess most racers or teams and race teams spend more time predicting the future than dwelling on the past and trying to figure out, you know, how we progressed. I think it's more of a situation where we know how we progressed and we know how we've matured and, you know, gelled as a team, so that we need to, you know, expand upon that. And, you know, we incidentally and purposefully do that as a team, but, you know, it's just a matter of, you know, taking the time and focusing on some of those things. We as drivers or crew chiefs in an organization don't always sit down and have meetings about how we can be better. We're more of a hands-on, let's just go do better type mentality, and I think that there's a lot to be said about that when you have the right group of guys that can make things better. I feel that you know, we have a good run on Sunday. It'll kind of set the tempo for the next, you know, 3-4 races and how we get into the chase. And you know, this is I guess in a roundabout way kind of like a super speedway race. You just never really know what's going to happen. A lot of demand on the race car here, and you know, we just got to make sure that you know, I'm good with the transmission and gear and all that stuff, and put ourselves in a position where we can hopefully win the race.
It was much easier to put a whipping on 2/3 of the field back then than it is today, because they have the whole field has access to pretty much the same knowledge that I do, or that, you know, that we do. So, and the drivers have all really stepped up to the plate.
You know, I don't expect to win the race. I have to earn it. And, you know, we have a chance like many other drivers out there, but, you know, I'm looking at the list, you know, for this race. And, you know, there are some road course races that I'm watching, but primarily I'm watching the Sprint Cup guys. Well, we had such a great year last year that really it's about managing expectations for this weekend. It's easy to get carried away with the hype of trying to win the race. But, you know, we've had a really good year so far on the Sprint Cup side. It's going to be my first nationwide event, so there's a lot already on my plate. And if we just do the fundamentals well, put ourselves in contention for each event, you know, with 20, 30 laps to go, then you never know what's possible. But for me, we expect to do well if we finish the race, but first of all, you've got to make it to the finish. So for me, it's about managing the expectation and not letting the enthusiasm of trying to win impact our performance.
You know, the chicane, the bus stop on the back part is a challenging part of the course because it's the best opportunity to overtake another car. The braking zone there is long and straight. It's flat. You just have the S's that you maneuvered through. So if you have speed through the S's, you're more poised to have a chance to take over somebody and going into the chicane. And then you have the challenge of getting out of the bus stop chicane on putting the forward bite down, making your car turn back to the left and getting that forward bite back into the carousel. And so it's a challenging part of the course that can make or break your day.
Excited, looking for that first road course win. I think that we're getting closer and closer. Hopeful that it's this weekend. Sonoma, we overcame a lot and finished 4th. And left me extremely optimistic for this race. Last year we were really fast, had a cut, I think, left rear tire, and had to come back from pitting under green and passed a lot of cars to have a decent finish. So very optimistic about things, looking forward to it. I guess I would say here, I'd say a road course. It's surprising to me that I've not been better on a road course in a Cup car. So it really gets under my skin more than Bristol. Don't know why. It's not by a landslide by any means. It's a very close call between the two, but I think a road course would mean more to me.
You know, there's a lot of crazy stuff that happens down in turn one, and I guarantee you, if you're leading the race here this weekend, the last thing you're going to want to see is a caution. And I don't know which lane is going to be the preferred lane either, you know, inside or out, because even though it's a right-hand turn, and you'd think you'd want the inside, if a guy can hold on your outside, he can carry that momentum off the corner. So there's a lot of factors that turn one is going to play at this race this weekend.
4 times.
Yeah, well, I feel like you're only as good as your last victory, you know, and we haven't had the kind of success here recently at Watkins Glen as we have had in the past. I still love coming here. I love the challenge of, you know, all the road courses, but this one in particular is really fast. You know, it's a very challenging, fun racetrack to drive. I think it's really well suited for our cars.
Yeah, the first time I came here and tested, I put it right in the sand, you know, out there, the gravel. And the chicane or the bus stop back there looks very simple, but the problem with it is that what makes it difficult is that you're coming from the highest speed portion of the racetrack and you're braking, and then at the same time you're braking, you're trying to set up this corner, and it's got curbs, and you kind of, if you get the rear axle hopping or you get a little loose and hit that curb just wrong and lock up the brakes or whatever, you have so much energy built up, you can't get it slowed down for the left-hander, and it ends up being pretty exciting. Plus, it's a great place to pass, but if the guy doesn't give it to you, now you're both going in there side by side, and there's just no room, and that makes it pretty exciting.
Of course you want to win. You know, of course, you know, I wouldn't say I don't want to win. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you don't want to. How far are you willing to push it? You know what I mean? You know, like last week we finished second, and we probably could have won last week if Katie wouldn't push me. But it happens. You know what I mean? Ifs and buts don't count. Is it gonna happen? I believe it's gonna happen pretty soon. We just gotta keep doing what we're doing until it happens. You know, you start running second, third, fourth, leading sometimes every week. You know, you start doing that every week, and one week it's gonna start going your way, and once it clicks, I believe it's gonna start clicking. Well, I think this place is gonna be pretty interesting. I think if you ratchet up too much here, you're gonna actually DNF the race. So you gotta, you know, hopefully if you're in a good position, and if it's, you know, when it's time to go, you go. You know what I mean? I always seem to pick up a lot of places around restarts, and I can, you know, when it's time to go, I'm pretty good at going. So hopefully we keep it that way, you know.
Well, I expect an exciting race. I mean, this track is really good for these cars. There's a lot of passing spots, and it's always an exciting race. So, you know, hopefully I can do a good job for these guys. And you know, my number one goal right now is to get to the end and hopefully get a top 5 for the Zaxby's team. I'll just give you my personal opinion on Jimmie Johnson. I mean, I think he is one of the most underrated drivers out there. I mean, the guy really is the best. I mean, he's the best in the business right now. Ever since he's been in the sport, he's been in the top 5 in points. He's won 3 championships in a row, and still, I don't think he gets the accolades that he should be getting. But yeah, I'm sure on his mind he's won at everything, but he hasn't won a road race, so I think that's probably on his bucket list, and he wants to tick it off. I mean, his teammate is one of the best in the business, Jeff Gordon, so I'm sure he gets a lot of advice from him, and just by the fact of how he ran it at Sonoma, I think he's getting better and better, and I don't think it's if he's going to win a road race, it's just when and how many.